In today's Leeds news, Bornauw on his first season, Gnonto's cryptic message, Leeds United Academy Awards, Farke Manager of the Year, shout, and rumour mill story on Tanner Tessmann. Hey everyone, welcome to Leeds View for Tuesday the 19th of May with your Leeds United news. Jer here. Bit of stuff to get stuck into today. We're very much heading into awards season right now, so we will have our own version of that. Keep an eye on the post section of the YouTube channel. We'll have some form of a shortlist creator up there before we then let you guys vote on who your player of the year is for Leeds United. We had the podcast out last night, myself, Jerry and Paul, having a bit of a look back at the Brighton game, talking about the talking points of the last couple of days as well, and looking at the new rendering on what Elland Road will look like as the West Stand work has already started to begin. Also, people are asking about the predictions videos that we did a few weeks back. We will have a wrap up on all of them. We might try and get some of the lads on as well to look back at their predictions and what actually happened, who was right and who was wrong. I think Dara from Leeds Stats not going to be overly happy. Sorry, Dara, but we will cover all of that once the season is done and dusted and wrapped up. But there's a bit of stuff to get stuck into today. We'll start off with Sebastian Bornauw, who's been speaking about his first season as a Leeds United player. Everyone's in reflective mood now as the season starts to wrap up. Elland Road games are all done and dusted, and there's only one away match left. And Sebastian Bornauw has been the latest player to reflect on his first season as a Leeds United player and in England. And although he's probably not played as many minutes as he would have liked to this season, he says that he has enjoyed every single minute that he has played for the club and has been in good form when speaking to journalists after the match at the weekend. The Belgian centre-back was signed by Leeds last summer for just £5 million. And he's, funnily enough, he's played the exact same amount of games this season as he played last season at Wolfsburg. He's managed 16 appearances for Leeds. He's only started a handful of games, but he does, as I said yesterday, have that record of every game that he's started. He hasn't lost a game in a shirt for Leeds. So that's something that he does have from this season. But he's been very good for Leeds when he has had to play. When he stepped in, he hasn't looked out of place. He's quite a calm defender. He was very good against Spurs, very good again against Brighton at the weekend. And he has been, as I say, very serviceable player for Leeds United. And for the role that he was asked to come in and do, he's done it quite comfortably. But he was speaking via Leeds Live about his first season and the group of players that he has shared the dressing room with this year. And he had the following to say: every player wants to play more and play everything. So I had to deal with that. But I think every minute I got on the pitch, I enjoyed it a lot. It's always amazing to play at Elland Road for the fans and everything, so I enjoyed every minute. The atmosphere, I had high expectations, and I have to say, they matched the experience. I think Under the Floodlights is incredible, and I think it's one of the best atmospheres in England, probably in Europe. I love it. He also spoke about the character in the dressing room, which everyone has spoken about this season, and the fact that they just don't give up and push each other and try and make sure they get across the line in every single match. And he said it was nice to share a dressing room with a group of players he described as friends. And it's a massive departure to hear players talk about each other like that after this season, considering that last time we were in the Premier League and we had a group of players who, whether it's true or not, didn't appear to get along with each other particularly well. And there was lots of little cliques and groups in that dressing room. So it's great to see that that dressing room has been united and been pushing in the right way. And it'll be interesting to see what next season looks like for Sebastian Bornauw. But well done on a solid first season. He's likely to start, I would imagine, against West Ham United as well next weekend. Let's move on. So we've heard the story yesterday and over the weekend about Willy Gnonto's future and the fact that Freiburg are interested in him. And we probably still don't know exactly what Willy Gnonto thinks himself. There's no indication that he is pushing for a move or he has asked for a move, but he may have given us some indication via social media over the last couple of days. He's 22 years of age. He's going to want to play a lot more football than he's already played this season. He's only had 22 Premier League games this season and 4 of those were starts. So at the age he's at now, been at Leeds for a long period of time, and he hasn't exactly played the amount of games that he will have wanted to. But when he has played this season, I think he's played really, really well. He's only got 1 assist, but he has been a very active participant this season. When he has got on the pitch, I think he's shown maturity this year. I think he's shown a desire to get forward and help the side. And for me, he is a player I would like to see Leeds keep hold of. I do think he's got a bright future, but he's only got 2 years left on his contract, and Leeds have a big decision to make now in the next couple of weeks, because they're probably going to get the most amount of money they can get from him this season. If it goes into next year, he's got 1 year left on his contract. The value goes down then again. So there's a decision to make this season. Do they extend Willy Gnonto's contract, or do they try and cash in on him? Now, in an Instagram post over the last couple of days, Gnonto's made a comment that has got everyone talking that he may have been saying goodbye to Elland Road. In the picture, Joel Piroux, Jorginho Rutter, Ilan Meslier and Pascal Struijk are all in that picture. And if you look at it, one's gone, one's leaving, Two, there are huge question marks around. And then there's Willy Gnonto as well. But in the comment section below that, Willy Gnonto said, Elland Road, thank you. Now, he could just have been saying thank you for this season, or he could have been saying a goodbye to Elland Road as well. And when you look at the group that's in that, there's huge question marks around every single player that's in that. As we say, one has already gone en route here. Illan Meslier is leaving. We've seen his pictures as well. Piru and Strout, we don't know what the future looks like for them. And Willy Gnonto now, there is a big question mark on him. So right now, it wouldn't shock anybody if he was to leave in the summer, but there is that question mark around what can Leeds bring in from him and what profit can they make on him as well. There is a rumoured, and it is only a rumour, so I wouldn't jump on this one too quickly, but there's a rumoured 25% sell-on clause in the deal that Victor Orta negotiated during that chaos summer when we didn't get Cody Gakpo, tried to get Bamba Dieng, and then finished up getting Willy Gnonto on deadline day, and Leeds are rumoured to want over £15 million for him. So they're going to lose 25% of that. They're going to want to recoup as much as they possibly can there. But again, none of that is confirmed at this moment in time. We'll give you the facts when those facts start to come out a bit more clearly. Let's move on and talk about the Academy. So the end of the season period brings end of season awards, and we're very much in full award season. And the Academy had their awards last night. The 2025-26 save of the season for the under 16 to under 21 category went to under 16's goalkeeper Josh Wolfrey for his save against Manchester. He has also made his under 18 debut this year as well. Jack Morris was named the under 18 Players Player of the Year for the season. Ollie Pickles picked up the club's Scholar of the Year award and was voted the under 21's Players Player of the Year for what has been a fantastic season for Ollie Pickles. Owen Haywood picked up the 2025-2026 goal of the season for the under 16 to under 21 category for his goal against Stoke City's under 16s. We will keep an eye in case there's any more awards that get announced for the Academy. Looks a bit light, but that's all that's been published at this moment in time. So if any more comes out, we'll let you know. But well done to all of the players. There were some legacy awards given out as well for some of the Leeds United coach and staff. Andy Wood and Johnny Howson picking up awards last night as well. Let's move on and talk about Daniel Farke. Daniel Farke hasn't made the shortlist for the official Premier League Manager of the Year, despite plenty of pundits believing that he should have been in with a shot, given the managers that have found their way into that shortlist. But that hasn't stopped people giving him the award for their own Player of the Year and Manager of the Year awards. But on Monday Night Football last night, they were giving out their awards, or well, verbal awards, I suppose, is how it should be framed, for Manager of the Year, Player of the Year, Moment of the Year, all that kind of stuff. And Jamie Carragher believes that Mikel Arteta should get Manager of the Year, given that Arsenal are likely to pick up the title this weekend. Whereas Patrick Vieira felt that it should be Mikel Arteta or Unai Emery at Aston Villa, considering what Emery has done at Aston Villa. He had a net spend of £25 million in the summer. They're in the Champions League spots and a European final to look forward to. But Gary Neville believed that Daniel Farke not only should be in the running for Manager of the Year, but should be given the award for Manager of the Year. And he gave him his Manager of the Year for the Premier League this season. And he said because of the doubts, the major doubts that were surrounding Leeds United and Daniel Farke coming into the Premier League this season and what they've managed to achieve with a very comfortable finish in the Premier League and an FA Cup semi-final. So he believes he should have, on that basis, been given the Manager of the Year award. As we said before, Leeds are closer to the European spots than they are to the relegation zone and could even pull away even more come the weekend against West Ham United. Should they beat them, it'll be double digits away from West Ham United after all of the drama of West Ham trying to claw Leeds back over the last couple of months. We spoke about that last night as well on the podcast. You can check it out. Let's get into some rumour mill territory and we'll talk about a new midfielder being linked with Leeds. The rumours are going to pick up, and I apologise to everybody who hates the rumour mill section, but there's quite a lot of people that enjoy this part of the year. I'm not one of them, but we'll give you the news as always. You can digest it, see what you think about it, and we will keep track of all of these and the outlets. And when the end of it, the window closes, we'll have a good sit down and chit chat about who's right, who's wrong, and who can we not trust moving forward. One that's been linked over the last couple of days, and it comes from Alan Nixon behind his Patreon paywall, is Tanner Tessmann. And according to Alan Nixon, Leeds United and Brentford are both said to be very interested in USMNT central midfielder Tanner Tessmann, who has had a very solid season in Ligue 1 in France for Lyon. He's played 41 times in his second year for them. He had a very good year last year as well. And he's also got some European football under his belt as well in the Europa League. And Tessmann is also expected to be part of the USMNT squad heading into this year's World Cup. But Nixon believes the Leeds are trying to be decisive when it comes to players that might be involved in the World Cup and try and get business done before they head off to play in the tournament. So the clock is ticking on that one if there is any truth to be believed in this one. But Tanner Tessmann's an interesting profile of player. He's a central defensive midfielder and Leeds are likely to look for an upgrade in that position. He's described as being a very athletic midfielder, and he started off his sporting career playing American football. So the physicality side of the game is not a worry. He's 6'2" in height. He's described as being incredibly physical central midfielder. He's been nicknamed in France Tanner the Tank. Right-footed, and some claim that he is probably the best midfielder of the current generation of US players coming through. He is, as I say, described as an out-and-out defensive midfielder. He ranks in the 83rd percentile of defensive duels won in European football this year, which is a very high bar. And he also can get forward into the opposition's penalty area as well. And he's in the 73rd percentile when it comes to touches in the opposition box. He is seen as having very good technical ability. He's got a good passing range, but his main attribute is his ball winning ability. And if you think about what Leeds have tended to go for in the past couple of years, he's 6'2", he's over that height, he's very physical. We know Leeds like that. Anton Stach has proven that profile of player works quite well in the Premier League. He's had a very good season at Olympic Lyon, and before that he was at Venezia in Italy. So again, a more physical league, and he did well when he was there. Now, at the moment, Brentford are described as being the front runners to try and get him should anyone be able to prize him away from the French side. It is coming from Alan Nixon, so there is a healthy amount of skepticism that should be just put on this one right now. We'll see if it does turn out to be anything more concrete. But right now, purely speculation and rumour at this moment in time. By the way, we haven't covered it because there's some talk about Manchester being interested in making a move for Ethan Ampadu. I've had a look at the Mail site. I can't see it there. So I don't know if it's people just looking for clicks or what it is. But right now, I can't see it there. But if anything does come out, it would be a very unlikely move for Leeds to allow it to happen and for Ampadu himself to do. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on it and let you know. Outside that, folks, that will be it for me today. You can check out the podcast from last night, which is linked down below. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, if you liked today's video, you can do so by clicking the subscribe button. That's just over on my left or right there somewhere. You'll find it. It's an easy one to find. Right, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon. See you later. Bye.